Class example 3.1.1. Animals can be associated with the classes they are in. First thing we're going to do is describe this relation in words, and then we're going to represent it a few different ways. Now, first of all, we know that a relation is an association or some sort of relationship between two quantities or variables. And in this particular question, we don't have any quantities. We have words or we have variables. Our two variables are animal and class. And so in this particular question, when we are describing the relationship between an animal and a class, we can say that animals belong to a class. So why don't we write that down? Animals being a variable. And the class being the second variable. Okay. Now, we have Insecta, Aves, Reptilia, and Mammalia as our classes, and ant, eagle, snake, turtle, and whale as our animals. And question B says, represent this as an ordered pair. So if we wanted to set this as an ordered pair, we can actually say that ant belongs to the class Insecta. And we can continue down the list that eagle belongs to the class Aves. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Snake belongs to the class Reptilia. Turtle belongs to Reptilia as well. And whale belongs to, now notice I'm just using these words and I'm replacing what animal it was with what class it was. Whale belongs to the Mammalia class. Okay, and then the last part here says, let's represent this as an arrow diagram. Now, an arrow diagram is a nice visual. It's a little bit nicer, I think, than an ordered pair. Now, in the first one, we are going to have animals. That's our first variable. We have 5 different ones: ant, eagle, snake, turtle, and whale. But in our second variable, which happens to be the class, we only have 4. So we're only going to write it 4 times, and only the 4 different ones. Insecta, Aves, Reptilia, and Mammalia. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. But notice here, like, I'm not writing Reptilia twice. There's no need for that because the arrows is going to indicate what actual animal belongs to the Reptilia class anyway. So our arrow diagram says that ant belongs to Insecta, eagle belongs to Aves, and I've got a little arrow going on at the end here, but both snake and turtle belong to the Reptilia class, and a whale is a Mammalia. So you are allowed to have multiple variables attached in between an arrow diagram. And when I said I thought it was like a bit of a nicer visualization, we can see very quickly at a glance that snake and turtle are both part of the same class. Here you have to go individually through each line in the table to actually see Reptilia twice. And if I was only to give you this as a set of ordered pairs, I'd have to read each set of ordered pairs and make sure that I saw the repetition of Reptilia. Here I don't need to. It's quite obvious and very visual for us.